Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Daily Base B here at Grand Valley, and the lap guide I'm about to show you for the best braking points and accelerating points for this track. We have got one meta car at the moment, which is the McLaren 650S, but there are some anti-metas if you want to try them out, which is mostly all the other MR cars because it's an MR track. And the Nissan GTR is up in the top 50 as well. So there's a few cars you can choose, but the McLaren is sitting at the top right now. With all the introductions done, let's get on with the lap guide. So first off, you want to be exiting the tunnel at 149 miles an hour to have the best start of your lap. And as we approach the first corner, you want to be looking for that 300 board. Once that passes your screen, shall I say, 100% braking down into first gear. Could do second if you want a bit more stability, but first gear, more rotation. And then when you get that sign in the middle of your screen, that's when you want to start accelerating out. But be careful though, because it can oversteer the car into the barrier. So you just want to make sure you gradually put the acceleration on to, so it doesn't upset the car. Right, I have marked this shadow right here because this is your turning point. Once you go past it, that is your turning point to go flat out into these next two corners. If you do this right, this will help your lap time a lot. So you want to begin as close as you can to the white line, and the same again to the second one. And then when you get to that 400 board, once it leaves your screen, full 100% braking down into first gear. And so you want to get as tight as you can to the apex, and then once you see this barrier or haystack, whatever it is, coming away from your screen, that's when you want to start accelerating. But again, be careful because you can easily spin that car out. So the best thing to do is short shift into second to keep the stability. And then the next, we'll say lift-off braking points, so about 50% braking power, is these four yellow signs. Once the first one starts leaving your screen, you want to get off the accelerator, a little dab on the brakes, about 50%. You want to keep it nice and controlled around here in third gear for more stability. But again, a bit of throttle control will help you around that corner. So the next braking point is just when you go under this bridge right here, right down to first gear, and you want to get as tight as you can to the white line, and then that little post you can see is once that leaves your screen, you'll start accelerating out of first gear. Again, be careful because that's another corner that can easily spin out, so make sure you're not doing a full turn into that corner. And then the next braking point is the 100-meter board. Once that leaves your screen, full braking power down into first gear and get as close as you can to that white line. And then when this barrier or haystack leaves your screen, that's when you want to start accelerating out in second gear. Once you get into the middle of the track, a little bit of let off with a little bit, about 25% braking to keep fine-tuning and get it as close as you can to this this point here. Once you see these two marshals leave your screen, it's when you want to start accelerating out, and you should not hit the wall on the left. Then your next braking point is again at the 100-meter board right here. Once that leaves your screen, full braking power into first or second gear. First gear, if you're just going a little bit too much, you want to get as close as you can to the white line and stay as tight as you can to the right side of the tunnel. And then your last braking point is that sign there. Once that leaves your screen, you want to do a little bit of braking, get as close as you can to the barriers on the left, a little hop over the curbs, and be careful about not putting the acceleration on too quickly, because you can easily upset the car and spin it out into the barrier, into Narnia. Just make sure that corner is the most worrying corner off this track. And if you can do all that, you can get as close as you can to 1 minute 49.1. So there is your lap guide for you. If you enjoyed it and that has helped you out, please consider hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the track very, very soon. Take care.